Brother, apologize to my wife.
I have nothing to apologize for.
You slapped her last night.
She's lucky I didn't shoot her. She deserved it.
Oh, stop this. Isn't this hard enough?
Oh, it's all because she, had sex with Oliver? Any other husband would have thrown her out on the street. Instead, you stand by her at the expense of your own daughter.
That is not true.
Oh, you didn't throw Steffi out of the company?
Steffi went too far.
Oh.
She's using that tribute to humiliate Brooke, not to mention what it did to Hope.
Well, you don't have to worry about Hope. She's staying with me. I'll take good care of her. Not that anything will ever erase the memory of what you did.
Look, I'm going to try to explain to Hope what happened that night, what really happened. But in the meantime, we have some family business to take care of here. Forrester Creations' Articles of Incorporation are going to be published. That means we will officially be free of Bill Spencer forever.
Donna should be here by now. Her plane from San Francisco landed over an hour ago. I'm second-guessing letting her take off on her own.
She needed time to herself, Bill. And she hadn't even made up her mind as of last night.
And you've been trying to convince her for weeks that this is best.
It is what's best. Once she sells her shares of the company back to you, she won't have to put up with any more abuse from the Forresters, especially Stephanie.
That should be reason enough. So, why is it that I'm still unsure about what to do?
So, are you ready for this? Yeah, I am ready to be Forrester's newest shareholder. Mom, thank you. Thank you so much. But I just don't think Dad's gonna be so supportive.
So, everything in order?
Yeah, I'll be glad to stay if you feel you need me.
Oh, no, I think we've got it from here. I think we do, don't we?
No, I know you do.
Okay.
Oops, and I know that I am going to have to get to work because I don't want to give the image of being a kept man, right? Congratulations.
Thank you. Mom, thank you. This means so much to me. You know, I just don't want Dad to be upset with you.
You let me worry about your father. Besides, if it weren't for you outmaneuvering Bill Spencer, the company wouldn't even be ours.
I'm so glad you're here, sweetheart. I've been worried about you.
Dad, I was at a lovely spa.
Yeah, I know. But with everything you've been through and being all by yourself, I was worried.
We've all been concerned about you, honey. You doing okay?
Well, let's see. First we lost Mom. Then Eric divorced me. Look, I know I'm supposed to be getting over all this right now.
But how can you, as long as you're tied to the Forresters? A family who has done nothing but beat up on you. And they will continue to beat up on you until you make a clean break, Donna.
If by clean break you mean I'm supposed to...
As long as you hold on to those shares, it's like holding on to the past. A very painful past. The emotional wounds will never heal.
And Stephanie will make damn sure of it.
We don't want that for you, honey.
Look, I don't want that for me either. I mean, God, I expected to be married to Eric for the rest of my life, and I mean, I certainly didn't want a piece of his company. You know, part of me is still uncomfortable even owning it.
Well, maybe that should tell you something.
Donna, I had Justin draw up this purchase agreement. Once you've signed it, we will wire the funds into your account, making you a very wealthy woman. And then Justin will register the transfer of your shares to me electronically. With any luck, before the terms of the new Forrester Incorporation are published.
Bill found out that that's happening today.
That's why the timing is so critical.
Donna, honey, We don't want to put pressure on you.
Oh, Dad, I know. I know you just want what's best for me, but I can't help thinking about Brooke. Okay, Forrester Creations has been such a huge part of her life. And if anyone deserves a piece of the company, it's my sister.
This is an owners' meeting. I think that Brooke should leave.
Brooke's not going anywhere.
Eric, I suppose you agree with that.
Actually, there is one other person who should be here. Hello, everyone. Surprise, surprise.
Taylor, what's going on?
I'll let our daughter tell you.
Her daughter no longer works here.
Oh, I know you've made it very clear that you don't want her back here until her attitude towards your wife changes.
Are you saying that it has?
Because that's the only way she's going to come back to this company.
Well, I beg to differ. There is another way.
Which is?
If I were to transfer all of my shares in Forrester Creations to my daughter, which I have. And as much as I love Forrester Creations, I know that my practice is where I make my greatest contribution.
Nobody's questioning that, Taylor. We know that psychiatry is your passion.
Yes, just as Forrester Creations is my daughter's passion, and she's much more valuable to this company than I could ever be. Plus, one other thing is with her now being a shareholder, I have peace of mind that our son Thomas will also be equitably compensated for whatever he contributes to the
That
company.
makes this whole thing a win-win situation for everyone.
Well, of course you would feel that way, Stephanie. I'm sure this isn't the first time you're hearing about this.
Is that true, Mother? Did you know?
This is not about your mother. This isn't even about Brooke or Hope. This is about Steffi, who's also been going through her own hell because of that tribute. She's told you guys over and over again that she had nothing to do with it, that somebody took her work and they sabotaged it.
So that's why you're giving Steffi your shares? Because you think you want to support her, and you think I'm obviously not? Taylor, it killed me to have to ask our daughter to leave the company. Steffi, I love you with all my heart.
Dad, I love you too with all mine.
Look, sweetheart, as much as I wish this was different, what you did is going to affect Hope and Brooke's life. That tribute is going to affect everybody.
Oh, please, this is so absurd. Ridge, your wife acts like an oversexed teenager, and somehow it becomes your daughter's fault? This is ridiculous.
So giving Steffi part of the company is going to make everything okay? Is it going to ease Hope's pain? Is it going to heal her relationship with Oliver, much less her relationship with her own mother? No. All it seems to be doing is rewarding behavior that shouldn't be rewarded. I'm serious. Taylor, I really think you should reconsider your decision here.
Honey, I agree with you. Brooke definitely deserves ownership in Forrester Creations.
Well, it's true that she's been abused by members of that family as much as you have, but selling your shares to her isn't going to change that.
Especially with Stephanie on the warpath now after that tribute.
I mean, she's never going to have any peace. And having your shares of the company, it's not going to do her any good. She wouldn't be able to overrule Stephanie or Taylor. I mean, she would always be outnumbered.
As you would be. So why put yourself through that? The humiliation of the board meetings and Stephanie's constant vitriol. I don't want you or Brooke to go through that.
I know, and I love you, Dad. I do. Both of you for looking out for me, but I can't help thinking about Brooke. Just let me call her, okay?
Hi, this is Brooke. Please leave a message.
Sis, hi. Look, I know you're going through a lot right now. I do, but I really need to talk to you right away. Could you call me as soon as you get this, okay?
Look, Donna, don't get me wrong. I understand why you would want to go over this with Brooke. But she is dealing with a tremendous amount right now because of Steffy.
Oh, don't even get me started with Steffi. I mean, what she's done to Hope and Brooke, she's completely ruined their relationship.
And that's the way it's always been, honey. The Forresters go after the Logans. The Logan family fights back. But that's what you would be doing if you sell your shares to Bill. You'd be fighting back. And I know it's just a small fraction of the company, honey, but...
It would put Stephanie and everyone else on notice that my husband and the Logans are united.
As never before.
Have you seen what Bill is offering? Did you even look at the amount? Look at it.
Oh my God. That's a lot of millions for just...
You could do anything you want, Donna. You can buy a beautiful home, pamper yourself, your family.
You deserve it, sweetheart. And if your mother was here right now, she would say the same thing. I know it.
So would Brooke.
I don't see the transfer. You sure it went through? All right, we'll stay on top of it.
Problems?
No, everything's fine. Justin's on top of it. Listen, Stephen, none of this would have happened if you hadn't convinced Donna to sell to me.
That's my husband's way of saying thank you. And you, my love, have your foot back in Forrester Creations.
Eric and company ain't gonna like that one bit.
You want me to rethink my decision?
Listen, after the whole Logan debacle, I really thought pulling Steffi as head of PR of the campaign would have been enough of a lesson. Obviously it wasn't. She wouldn't have tried to sabotage Brooke's tribute. So I felt like I had no choice.
Oh, here it is. What we've been waiting for.
Forrester Creations, Articles of Incorporation.
Plus a list of the current shareholders. What? Oh, my God. Bill Spencer?
What about him?
He is now listed as a shareholder, not Donna?
What?
Oh,
We all sensed he was pushing Donna to get Dad's shares so he could get his slimy hands on them once they were hers.
Exactly what he's done.
Brooke, did you know about this?
No, I can't believe this. I can't believe my own sister sold her shares to Bill before even talking to me.
Right, and I bet your father and Kate had a hand in it, too.
He swore he'd get a foot in this company again, and now he has.
after everything I went through to pry Forrester Creations out of Bill Spencer's hands. But he's going to need a lot more than 12.5% to have any kind of control. And we won't give him any more shares. Donna may have been vulnerable to Bill Spencer, but we won't be.
Take a look at this. You see what I see?
Steffi's a shareholder in Forrester Creations too?
Taylor isn't listed as a shareholder, but Steffi is. So Taylor must have transferred her shares to her daughter.
Dad, how can I help? I can talk to Bill.
I appreciate that, sweetheart. But there's something you need to understand. Bill getting Donna's shares doesn't change my decision any more than your mother giving you her shares does. You still can't come back here until you change your attitude about Brooke.
Or be banned from the company for the rest of my life.
That's the last thing I want.
So you're siding with Brooke? And little brat of hers anyways, like always, Dad?
Sweetheart, I wish it hadn't come to this. But the way you just spoke about hope, that reinforces my decision that you cannot come back until we can all get along. And you know what? I hope to God that happens soon. I really do.
Well, let me know if you come up with anything else. All right, thanks.
So what'd you find out?
Apparently, Taylor transferred her shares to Steffy within the last few days. That's all my source could tell me for now. But the bottom line is, things are being shaken up over at Forrester, and where there is unrest,
There's an opportunity to exploit things.
somebody's been paying attention.
I always pay attention. And to think, I used to believe that high-stakes business was just a colossal snooze.
And now?
Now, I think it's a total turn-on. Especially when my handsome, sexy husband's wheels are turning to see how he can turn his 12.5% into something more lucrative.
Gets you hot, does it?
You have no idea.
Hell, I don't.
If I ever doubted the hold Brooke has on you, I don't anymore.
Taylor, please.
You really let Steffi down today. You let me down. Once again, Brooke comes first. I guess she always will. To the detriment of your own children.
I'm so sorry that you're in this position and that I'm the reason.
I meant what I said. If Steffi continues with this attitude of hers, Forrester Creations is going to be off limits to her. As far as Mother's concerned, if she ever lays a finger on you again, this company will be off limits for her too.
You've stood by me, and you've protected me, and you've shown your love for me beyond anything I can imagine. You are my reason for living.